Welcome everybody into this week's edition of the DFS Deli. Week 1 is in the books, and you have to forgive me for the onset of the episode. I am fighting some nasty allergies right now, so you won't be able to hear my beautiful, radiant, succulent voice throughout the entire podcast. I'm gonna let these guys go ahead and lead the way for us as we head into week 2's main slate. No Thursday, no Monday with this stupid doubleheader crap. I don't understand that crap, but we got Browns Steelers at least. I don't know about the other game. I'm not too excited about that, but we're here to talk about week 2's main slate. And before we get started, I think all of us, and all of you watching at home, if you're watching the video version of this, let's pour one up. J.K. Dobbins, I'm so sorry about the Achilles injury. Aaron Rodgers. The starting tackles for the Seattle Seahawks. Just pour one up for you as well. And all of those fell to injury on Sunday's main slate in week 1. We pour one up for you. Now that that's done, week 2. Welcome, guys. How's everyone doing tonight? Bake, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
One, who the fuck said your voice was beautiful?
My mama.
His daughters.
His daughters didn't say that.
They did not say that. No,
they could have years ago when they were still nice.
His daughters.
I already know my child is not nice anymore.
His daughters
are so wonderful.
They are terrible. They're terrible little humans.
Wow.
I mean, they were birthed by part of them is in me. So or part of me is in them. So yes, they're part terrible. Well, my ex-wife, she's a wonderful person, so you need to shut up.
Well, here's the thing. I love your ex-wife. Even though I haven't talked to her since she became your ex-wife. She's also a terrible person. Now say that to her face. God damn it.
She's lovely. You shut your mouth.
You plus her recreating people, terrible. And case in point, your little people, they're terrible. They're adorable.
Whoa.
Yes.
First of all, you love Aaliyah because she's a Vikings fan.
Oh my.
That is true.
So you need to slow down, all right? You need to slow down.
Roll it back.
First of all, I'm not going to take it back. Even though they're my niches, they suck.
Ouch.
I love my niches. They suck.
Aaliyah did say she wanted to be on one of the YouTube videos so she can see herself online. I was like, one day, babe, one day. I got you.
I mean, she can't.
Can we replace Baker for a week?
We can. Wow. Wow.
I'm sure she'll give better insight. Oh yeah.
I mean, we already got the Vikings take handled, so what else she got his offer?
She'll just say play 18. I mean, that's what she'll do.
I hate you people.
What else do we have to offer here?
Why did I leave work in a rush to get on here with you people?
Because you love us.
Nothing else better to do.
Because you love us.
Chill, you're right. I have nothing better to do.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And after 9 hours of commercial-free Baker at work, I was ready to leave.
I get it. Trust me, I get it. Yeah, man. Week 1 was weird, to say the least. I mean, there's some takeaways to be had from it, but my God, there was injuries. And
And
there's a couple more injuries, too.
Then Brandon Ayuk and Tyreek Hill happened.
I mean, Brandon Ayuk was a great play. Tyreek Hill was chalk. I mean, so, he did what Tyreek Hill was going to do. So, that's not necessarily surprising. So,
I mean, 200 is surprising anytime it happens.
That's a fact. But, I mean, you had, chalkier guys like Isaiah Likely laying in a fat egg. The one catch for 4 yards. That was something. But, I mean, even when you and I talked Baker on Saturday, we mentioned him, but we advised technically not to play him unless you're playing cash. I mean, he was a cash game lock, but tournaments, that was an easy fade. I mean,
So that you would have appreciated Sunday because I heard so much about cash games watching football with our ex-employee.
I told you, man. It's all about them cash games, man. It's all about them cash games. Chill, you had a pretty profitable week one. How'd that shake out for you, buddy?
I mean, I did good. I kind of got onto the 49ers a little bit late in the week. I didn't really have time to do research because I was out of town. So I did pretty well. A lot of my pieces, did enough, especially in early only. Brandon Ayuk was definitely less than 9% in the majority of those contests. So that did well. I had a 49ers lineup do well. I had a Jags lineup do pretty well. So yeah, man, we're just getting ready here. Week 2 looks to be a little bit interesting. We got some high total games. We'll have some pretty popular games. Off air, Baker did mention the Bengals. I think we're going to discuss that game a lot here, possibly. So let's get ready to dive on in.
Yeah, that's right. We're ready to dive on into this week 2 main slate. I'm pretty pumped. I mean, there's a couple marquee matchups, and then there's a couple games that, happen at 4 o'clock that suck. Again, all of them suck at 4 o'clock. Like, I get what the schedule makers were doing, okay? It had the Cowboys, Jets, and it was supposed to be this prime time event thing, whatever, and that was the marquee game of the week, and all of a sudden it's turned into the Cowboys defense is about to eviscerate Zach Wilson's soul. So, what was going to be an entertaining game has turned into...
The first team to get to 10 points in that game wins.
I mean, it's going to be the Cowboys. Cowboys.
You mean when the Cowboys defense has 2 more
I don't know,
touchdowns?
man. You sat there all preseason and trashed Dakota Prescott. Now you're telling me because that Jets defense embarrassed Josh Allen.
I said nothing about that defense. I said the defense was great. I said the defense.
I agree with you in the defense, but you sat there and said Dakota Prescott's ass would get benched. So
his name is Rain Dakota.
I don't care. What need to believe that the Jets defense ain't gonna do the same damn thing.
They ain't gonna put 40. They ain't gonna blank the Cowboys.
Oh, that's why I said it's gonna be like 6-3.
I feel where you're coming from. It's just the defense is going to be on the field so much for the Jets because Zach Wilson is a little tier perhaps below Dakota Rain Prescott. So I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. I mean, we do talk about position by position and go at each of our favorite plays on the main slate. So, I mean, while we're talking about quarterbacks, you want to stay in that game and kind of see if there's any plays from that range because guess what? I'm not playing any quarterback that plays at 4 o'clock. So you can skip me when it comes to that. So, Dale, I'll kick it to you because I didn't give you a proper intro. And what do you feel about the quarterbacks on the week 2 main slate?
Just for that, I'm going to get you all fired up and hot and bothered again by mentioning how that Millie Maker got taken down last week. Because we all know you were all salty about it on Sunday. You want to talk about it?
Mute myself real quick. I will. So it was the first time since week 2 of the 2020 season that a Millie Maker on FanDuel specifically was taken down with a lineup that had 0 correlation. So, yes, I was pissed. Extremely pissed. But, yeah, I mean, DraftKings was fine. So,
no, it was not. Don't give it fine. No.
It was Tua Hill and Eckler run back. It had correlation. I was fine with that.
And the rest of the team's one-offs. That is not okay.
At least, bro, it wasn't the FanDuel Millie. Okay? So stop.
Read the FanDuel. Hit me with the FanDuel Millie then. Somebody hit me with this FanDuel Millie.
Sure. I'll do that in 1.5 seconds.
It would have to be Sully. Because I didn't play FanDuel.
I got you faded, cousin.
I ain't got a fade in years on me, as you can see.
I need to get a fade myself, but that's neither here nor there. Anywho, the FanDuel Millie Maker was taken down by Anthony Richardson, Bijan Robinson, Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson, Brandon Ayuk, Tutu Atwell, Isaiah Likely, Tyreek Hill, and the Cardinals defense.
That's amazing.
The fuck is that lineup?
My man literally took his favorite site, whatever he was using, hit optimal, and then that spit out and he entered it. Simple. He didn't see any rules. He was like, oh, shit, it's 5 minutes before kickoff. Wait. Oh. All right.
Sounds good.
Richardson, Robinson.
I don't
Aaron
even think a
Jones.
computer generates that dumb shit.
It can. Absolutely. Because
yeah.
I mean, look at this. So Tyreek Hill was chalk.
Yes.
Most generators will put out a cheap ass defense, which Arizona was.
Yes.
Justin Jefferson, chalk. Bijan
Yes.
Robinson, chalk. Aaron Jones, popular. Anthony Richardson, cheap. The only low-owned play he had, well, 2, was Brandon Ayuk and Tutu Atwell.
Cheap.
I mean, Brandon Ayuk was a decent price, but cheap for what it was worth. Yes, I agree.
He ended up fitting in a lot. He just made a lot of things work at his price.
On DraftKings, he was 4,900.
Because I ended up with a lot of Brandon Ayuk in my computer generates. So
yeah, because you be running them Sims, man.
Oh, you know I like
All
my
about
you know I like my Sims.
But did your Sims pop Zay Jones again?
Zay Jones will never pop in my optimals again. I guarantee.
It should have.
Bang.
Score? Did Zay Jones score last week?
Did he do anything else?
Zay Jones was in more
Did he?
2 wide receiver sets than Christian Kirk.
I told you about Christian Kirk. I tried to tell you over here.
What, that Christian Kirk wasn't going to be good this year, or
I told you. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you.
Anywho, let's get into these quarterback takes. Who do you like week 1, man? Dale, I started with you, but then you made me go off and get pissed off at the DraftKings or FanDuel Millie Maker again. So let's try to bring it back. See who you like at QB this week.
All right. We'll roll it in here. We'll go off of the syllabus that we all know and love here at the Deli. That Jared Goff is at home, and you play Jared Goff in the Dome. So we're going there. And I also wouldn't mind me some Trevor Lawrence against the Chiefs defense, even though they're getting Chris Jones back. I kind of like me some Trevor Lawrence with Zay Jones.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
That does not even deserve that soundbite.
Yes, it does. Shut
Hey,
up.
man, don't be knocking Zay Jones, all right? He was getting my bench up in our league, Baker, so you shut your mouth.
I mean, I ate a huge L week 1, so fuck you.
Oh, my squad came out firing, regardless of bad QB play. Okay, we still got the dub, so that's all that mattered.
The quarterback that you dropped since.
Damn right, because as Dale just mentioned, Jared Goff's at home against the Seahawks, who just got roasted by Tutu Atwell and Puka Nacua. I'm gonna go ahead and add Jared Goff. That's y'all fault for letting Jared Goff be a free agent. He's on my squad now. Screw that.
The brand.
Crazy.
It's for the brand.
Well, I don't know. Geno Smith is part of the brand, but
yeah, I would say Jared Goff's not a part of that.
yeah, I got to put bias aside when it comes to yearly fantasy football. All right, there's no bias at all.
Yeah, it's all bias, sir. It's all bias.
Shit. I have none of my favorite players on that team. What the f are you talking about? Like none. None. You see Derrick Henry on that team? No.
Nope.
You see Braxton Berrios on that team? No.
Nope.
So what are we even talking about here? Anywho, yeah, I'm on board with the Trevor Lawrence play and definitely, obviously, the Jared Goff play for sure. Again, this Seahawks team is about to get absolutely toasted at home. This Detroit fan base has been waiting to see their Lions, especially after a win against the defending champs. They're riding an emotional high, I'm sure. So it'll be a fun one, but the Lions about to get in that ass. So chill, quarterback plays. Who you got?
Yeah, I mean, taking a look here, I think there's like the couple questions you're going to have to ask yourself this week. Like, are you believers in the Kansas City and Detroit defense? Because both of those defenses did play well. So I think that's kind of what you're going to have to, kind of go off of here. But, Dale mentioned Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is fine here. I think Pat Mahomes and Trevor Lawrence are both going to be super chalk. I do believe here. I'm not against going with Mahomes because then at that point you're going to play Kelsey, and then you're just going to have to kind of go off of what wide receiver you're going to play. Again, that's going to be the biggest question mark if you're going to double stack. Do you play Tony? Do you play Moore? Do you play Rice? And then like usually the motion in football is like great players always bounce back. So Joe Burrow at home against Baltimore again. Baltimore's run defense is really good, but like CJ Stroud didn't look bad either going up against this Ravens defense. Truthfully, and again, like most of the teams that didn't play their players in the preseason came out and struggled like really bad. So, like teams like the Bengals, the Seahawks. So I fully, expect those teams to kind of bounce back here. So, and actually either quarterback from that game, Lamar or Burrow, we did see Deshaun Watson be able to get kind of loose on the ground. Baltimore's kind of got it, just a herd of running backs they're going to be rolling with. So those three, kind of intrigue me here. Kind of the most as we're looking at it, early on so far. And then I guess, truthfully, you probably have to toss in Josh Allen.
I want to go back to your preseason point. You know who looked good in the preseason? The Pittsburgh Steelers. You know who got absolutely dump trucked week 1? The Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's true.
Yeah, teams came out rusty, but other teams that did play in the preseason came out rusty as well. I don't know if that was a rust thing or the San Francisco 49ers are just damn good.
But I don't know how much of Pittsburgh's defense played in the preseason. I know the offense played. I don't know how much of the defense played in the preseason.
The offense didn't play on Sunday either.
Oh, no, they didn't. But I'll kind of give them a break because, like, San Francisco's defense is really good. And Nick Bosa, I mean, if Nick Bosa didn't get paid, it could have looked a little bit different, but
fair.
Yeah. I mean, San Francisco, man, they're
damn good.
Yeah, they're damn good at football.
Damn good. Baker, who you squared up at the QB position this week, man?
I mean, nobody that's been mentioned do I disagree with. I think Anthony Richardson, from what we saw week 1, I think he needs to start being considered as well. Just because, he's going to offer you, what I'm saying?
That's the toilet bowl.
He's going to offer you consistency on the ground. Am I, to pair him with somebody? Extremely difficult, but.
Pity City, baby. Pity City.
I'm not buying week 1 on him. I'm just not.
I mean, look at the target share, bro.
I'm just not buying it.
As long as Michael Pittman's on the right side of the field, it'll be okay.
Exactly, man. Oh, broke-ass Michael Vick. Oh, broke-ass Josh Dobbs. Oh, Lamar Jackson you found on wish.com, Anthony Richardson looking ass. Like, come on, man. Like, you trying to buy into this? Get out of here.
I mean, he didn't get much of a price hike, though.
This is true.
I think at his price, it still has to be intriguing for somebody that he's going to get a lot of goal line carries, especially with the unknownness in this backfield with still no JT. If he does anything with his arm, you're just dancing.
So do you feel the same way about CJ Stroud? Because he had 20 rushing yards last week as well.
But CJ Stroud isn't known as a runner. He's going to run out of necessity, where Anthony Richardson has the wheels.
I mean, I get it, but
broke ass Donovan McNabb looking ass. He's been known for he's known for that. So
I think both quarterbacks are kind of viable. I mean, you're gonna just pair up Anthony Richardson with Michael Pittman, and you're gonna give CJ Stroud Nico Collins.
I mean, honestly, if I end up running any Anthony Richardson, I'm just running him naked. I'm treating him just like the next quarterback I'm gonna say.
So you're copying the FanDuel lineup, huh?
Copying FanDuel. Here he is. Guy wants to be zero correlation, and all of a sudden he wants to be like, nah, naked quarterbacks are the meta.
I would have a run back, okay? I would have a running back, you pieces of shit.
Who would you run back on Houston, bro?
I don't know that far yet.
If it were me, it'd probably be Collins or Damian Pierce. If you think the game is going to be pretty close,
I think it would be Collins or Bob Trees for me.
I was going to say Bobby Trees had a little resurgence in week 1, so
he did.
That's scary.
But the other quarterback that I'm talking about running naked, it's a game environment that sneaky shootout is the Chicago-Tampa game.
First, stop. No, it's not. Justin Fields is ass. He's ass. Okay.
I'm not saying he's great.
Okay. First of all, Baker, Yo boy Kirk Cousins got held to 17 offensive points against the Buccaneers at home. You think that this dude that just got boat raced by the freaking Green Bay Packers is going to put up anything against this Bucs team on the road? You know, lost your goddamn mind, bro. No,
First of all,
it ain't happening.
I
It ain't happening.
I lost my mind many years ago.
It ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening.
I don't mind the Fields play either because you have the DJ Moore squeaky wheel narrative.
Play him, bull. Play him, and waste their money. Okay, play him. Let's go ahead and play him. Let's go ahead. I am not advocating you dare touch Justin Fields. It ain't me. It ain't come from this. It came from that guy.
I'm not a Justin Fields. I am not a Justin Fields guy, but I think he's worth a look this week.
I mean, I definitely think he's worth a look. We're early in the week, so it's only Wednesday. We both know that I'm not building till Sunday afternoon. Noon.
It could have been Monday. It could have been yesterday. It could have been today. When I saw that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were playing the Chicago Bears, it automatically, my ears perked up, and I said, I'm playing the Bucs defense and Rashard White, and that's it. I'm moving on. Dude, Justin Fields' is ass. DJ Moore is great, but it's like the situation never changed. He's still in Carolina.
He got locked down by Alexander.
And then Chase Claypool doesn't even want to play football.
No.
Did you see some of the highlights?
That
boy does not want to be out there.
He's like, let me get this game check and I'm out of here.
Right. He's just running cardio.
I mean, I know we really shouldn't look at quarterback wide receiver matchups, but I mean, DJ Moore just did get the Jair Alexander treatment, and he kind of got a little mad after the game, basically. So the squeaky wheel narrative's there, and Justin Fields flat out came out and said, like, I got to get this dude the ball. And he basically said he was scared to throw it down the field.
I mean, he's going to force it to Justin Fields, and I kind of agree with that. Or Justin Fields. Fuck, DJ Moore. Bleh. He's going to force it to DJ Moore at this point for this upcoming week.
And I mean, in the Bucs, if you think the Bucs are going to put up points, it's just then if you think Tampa Bay is going to put up points, then Fields, I would think, has a safe floor.
I mean, his rushing's going to be there. Like, even in, obviously we just saw what Tampa's defense did versus Kirk Cousins. He's a stationary quarterback. We don't know what this defense is going to do versus somebody with Justin Fields' stupid athleticism.
I mean, if you think Baker Mayfield's going to continue to play good football, then you go from there.
Whoa there.
I mean, listen, Chicago's defense is not well. He could definitely make the game interesting.
Chicago's defense is sauce.
I'm just never going to advocate Baker Mayfield.
Ever. Listen, man, I'd rather just go with Baker's first play. Like, why am I going to pay more for Justin Fields when I can pay significantly less to get Anthony Richardson against Houston? And one of the quarterbacks looked good. So, no, hard pass. I'm not playing Justin Fields. Get the fuck out of here.
Because Justin Fields has break the slate upside. We still don't know that about Anthony Richardson.
It's his second game. I don't care if he doesn't have break the slate upside or not. He's not going against, a bum defense. Like, Tampa Bay is good. Again, they just limited your team to 17 points, bro.
They're not my team.
Shut up.
They are.
Your team. Shut your mouth. Claim them, bro.
I'm going to say one more thing.
I felt the jealousy of you from Ohio that I was in Minnesota and you weren't.
I hate you so much.
I was going to ask you if he texted you while you were up there, actually.
I did not.
No, he was jealous.
But
show me pictures.
I think that Chill kind of threw in Josh Allen into saying his. It's kind of disrespectful to Josh Allen. I really do.
I don't think Josh Allen's a good quarterback, but from a fantasy standpoint, I will play him.
We're not talking about good or bad. We're talking about what fantasy points you can put up for me.
Well, that's what I said. From a fantasy perspective, I will play him.
And I think Josh Allen is a absolute this is the bounce back smash spot, explosion 30+ point game for Josh Allen.
See, I think it's the other way, but it's for Burrow. But Josh Allen can definitely smash.
Don't get it twisted. I'm also on Joe Burrow. As I said pre-show, I'm on Joe Burrow, but I wanted to put more of an emphasis on Josh Allen because he felt like a throw-in for you.
Now, do I think you're going to need a secondary Bills player in your lineup? I do. And we will get to that as we mosey on
Absolutely.
I mean, we could roll to running back right now. And I mean, like, as we saw from the Monday night game, the Bills defense is still absolute dog water against the run. So, I mean, the run back is pretty obvious. It's right in front of our faces. So, if you're going to make Bill stacks, the obvious run back, it's kind of a guy that takes up the majority of the toke in Vegas. So, I mean,
are you really interested in Josh Jacobs?
I am. I mean, again, I watched Breece Hall just tote all over this Bills defense.
Was it 102 yards on 2 carries?
And they knew the run was coming.
Right, they knew it was coming. This team has been bad against the run for 2 years now. Like, dude, if you're going to give me a guy with the majority of the carries, again, going into Buffalo, I get it. Again, they could fall back by a lot, but I mean, Jimmy G looked good. So, I mean, this is a sustainable offense. I don't think the Vegas Raiders are good at all. But
was I watching a different game than you?
What? Which one? What are you talking about?
Jimmy G looked good.
Did he turn the ball over, Baker?
Jimmy
He
G
looked
had
good.
6
Did he turn the ball over?
He had 1 interception.
Baker, he was 20 for 26.
Yeah.
He had 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had 11 rushing yards on 9 attempts.
He had a solid floor.
Yeah.
Don't you dare hit that fucking soundbite.
I didn't. I wasn't even thinking about it.
Do it.
I'm just saying that, like,
Don't you
again,
dare.
the bell cow running back is basically almost dead in the NFL. So you're talking about a team that can't stop the run worth a goddamn, and a guy that gets the majority of the carries and the inside the 5 carries too. Yeah, Josh Jacobs is the clear run back, especially with Jacoby Myers hurt. I mean, he may or may not play in this one. So, like, obviously Devontae Adams, is great, but comma.
I mean, I would play, for me, I do like the Jacobs play. It's just at this point, playing probably who you would think would be the lesser owned of the two would be Adams or Jacobs. And I think Adams might get a little chalky as the week goes on.
This is what Devontae Adams does. He did this all last year, remember? 1 week he gets shut down, next week he breaks the slate. So I get it. I'm with you.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I mean, I'm looking at him at equal ownership percentages right now. So,
but I mean, like, again, I mean, like, I like the Jacobs play. I really do.
And then I'm just going to throw in 2 cheapies and get out of your way. If I'm not using Anthony Richardson, I'm using the returning Zach Moss. Null was put on the IR this week, and Deion Jackson kind of fumbled his way into the doghouse. So we're talking about, again, this is exactly why I targeted J.K. Dobbins week 1. Houston is still absolute dog shit against the run. If Zach Moss is going to be anywhere near what he was at the end of last year when he was getting all the run, even though he didn't have any receiving prowess, is more of a FanDuel play than a DraftKings play. But $4,900 on DraftKings for a guy that's going to get the majority of the carries in a game against one of the worst run defenses with no sustainable backup. The only backup he has is his own quarterback. Yeah, just throw in some Zach Moss and throw in some Rasheed White going against Chicago. We saw what Aaron Jones just did to this damn team. So why can't the Bucs at home establish it and just run up and down these boys just like the Green Bay Packers did? So those are my 2 cheapies and 1 guy at the top for Josh Jacobs. Those are my 3 plays at running back. Moving on, you guys can debate who wants to go next. So, and don't you look at me like that with Zach Moss. You kiss my ass, Baker. My logic makes sense. My logic makes sense, bitch.
We'll pass it to Baker here. Baker, hit us with some takes.
Yeah, what? Looking at me like that for Zach Moss. That's a good play, hater.
I mean, how are you not going to talk up Christian McCaffrey right now? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
He's pricey.
I don't
Very
care.
expensive.
I said I was just going to give you 2 cheapies. That's it. Chris McCaffrey ain't cheap. So, yeah, go on. You just looked at me sideways when I said Zach Moss. That's all.
Well, first of all, you talking about Zach Moss. Like, trash. He's trash.
How dare you?
So, all right. Gun to your head. I'm going to put this metaphorical gun to your head.
Yeah.
We're on the 1 yard line in Indy. Who gets the carry, Zach Moss or Anthony Richardson?
Listen,
Zach
man.
Moss.
You got to realize that before that goal line carry that Anthony Richardson converted, Deion Jackson was the one that got it, and he fumbled. That's why he got sent to the doghouse. And then they got back into the red zone. Then Anthony Richardson scored. So The running backs got goal line carries before their quarterback. So stop hating. Okay. It's gonna be Zach Moss.
It's
moving on.
It's also
Why
gonna
are you
be
giving
Zach
me the
Moss.
sassy black girl fucking vibes right
Because you just put the gun to my head.
now? The entire point of putting the gun to your head is you're not the uncertainty.
No.
And Zach Moss, you have to have a touchdown. That play is 100% because there's no receiving. And we talked about this on Saturday. The receiving upside is not there with Anthony Richardson at quarterback anyway. So if you're telling me I need a touchdown from this guy, I understand. Like, he's a cheap play. He's a cheapie, as you said. He's a punt play. If he gets in the end zone, you're dancing.
No, he's not necessarily a punt play. I mean, this dude is going to get the majority of the carries for this team. Punt plays is like Amir Abdullah. That's a punt.
No,
all
that's
right?
a dumb play.
Yeah.
That's the definition of a dumb play.
I'm just saying. I just used the first guy that came in my head, okay?
And no dabs will do you on Amir Abdullah.
Dude.
But Zach Moss, he has to get in the end zone. He has no out for you. 0 outs. Give me the guy who got, like there was a lot of conversations, especially in redrafts as we just finished that season, about Elijah Mitchell being involved. Obviously, he's the clear handcuff to CMC. Elijah Mitchell was a ghost week 1. Elijah who was really the conversation in San Francisco because it's like, oh, we might limit Christian McCaffrey because we want him for the playoffs. Kyle Shanahan did this to us. We're giving this man the ball, and it's going to be a lot. Early, often, in any way possible. And you mean to tell me in a game in which we were somewhat interested, at least the field was somewhat interested in at least Ken Walker last week, that we're not going to go back to this terrible ass defense? Like literally, you have the cheapies, as you mentioned, especially in Rachaad White. Load up Christian McCaffrey with him and move the fuck on.
I mean, you're not going to get any disagreement from me. Again, these cheap players allow you to get to CMC. Again, if there's one guy I'm going to pay up for this week, it's going to be trying to jam in Steph Diggs, CMC, and well, I would say the Sun God, to be honest, because I'm playing some Jared Goff this week. Like those 3, and with the rest of the cheapies, yeah, man. Like this might be a week where this is probably the last time you see CMC not 10K.
Oof.
So actually, 9,500, you get him at a discount. So yeah, I agree with you, Baker. I'm with you.
Yeah, 89 on DK.
Yeah, he's 9.5 on FanDuel. So yeah, 8.9 on yeah, he might be 10K next week. Legit.
By the way, I have a prop bet for Steph Diggs when we eventually get there.
Shut up, Dale. You ain't getting fucking hurt.
Will you stop wishing injury upon people, Dale?
I didn't say anything.
You need to
say anything.
Here's the thing. We can screenshot what you sent in our fucking chat in this thing right now.
Exactly.
Like, it's there. You cannot delete that, Dale. We can see that. Take a picture and post it wherever the fuck we want. That could be Sully's fucking thumbnail for this video.
I already made the thumbnail. It's got the Sun God on it, so it should. Yep.
Hey,
Chili, where you at on the running back position?
Yeah, man. I think somebody who's going to go overlooked, at kind of bit of the higher end. I mean, there's a little bit of a narrative here. He was a little angry last week. He's playing at home. He's playing against a defense that's not good. Can I interest you in some Derrick Henry? Nobody's playing Derrick Henry this week. And that
you don't have to convince me to play my king. So
and listen, the Chargers defense, it's not great. I mean, if Tua wasn't over there throwing for over 400 yards, Raheem did have a pretty good game himself. Again, Derrick Henry was a little perturbed coming off of the sidelines last week. So I think they're going to feed him a little bit. He actually did have some receiving upside last week as well.
I was going to mention he's got a nice receiving floor now. Go ahead, Derrick Henry. Go ahead.
I mean, and truthfully, if Eckler is out, it just means the Chargers are going to have to throw more, and the Titans can't stop anything. And even in these shootout games, it usually means Derrick Henry got there.
Usually.
So I
I'm
do
with you.
so I do like Derrick Henry. It if Eckler plays, I think he would be the lower owned of the two. Now I don't exactly like the matchup here, but again, like sometimes you just gotta take good players and not ideal matchups at low ownership. It's kind of how I felt about CMC last week going up against Pittsburgh. He had some ownership, but it wasn't like incredibly through the roof. Um,
Well, CMC is always going to have some ownership. Let's keep it
that
real
is
here.
true.
Yeah, just play CMC.
I mean, you touched on Josh Jacobs. I do like the Josh Jacobs play this week. Um, I think a play that might be getting overlooked here. Can I interest y'all in James Conner?
Yes, I was gonna mention James Conner, but he's he's trending towards not playing.
James Conner always plays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's always on the injury report. You're right. He's always
I
on the injury
mean,
report and he always plays.
the man always plays. It doesn't matter how bad his injury is. He's just out there.
I agree. The
I mean,
injury I'm really monitoring. I hate to cut you off. I apologize, but the Aaron Jones situation with the hammy. If Aaron Jones doesn't play, like load up AJ Dillon against the Falcons. I was just saying.
I mean to quote another podcast I listened to. Do you really want to just go to yourself for 18 attempts for 30 yards? AJ Dillon.
Shut your mouth, Baker. What's going on?
The only thing that scares me about James Conner is his ownership. Like he's at this point in time as we're recording, has ownership.
Oof. I mean, he got 19 touches last week. He had 14%. He had 14 rushing attempts, and I think he had 5 receptions.
I mean, hell, they were leading the majority of that game.
I cannot feasibly play a somewhat popular James Conner. I feel like I can't do that.
I would agree there. I think for me that would come down to ownership as well. If you want to get different in that Seahawks Lions game, I think all 3 of the running backs are in play. I think Ken Walker, probably when it's said and done, might be the chalkiest running back on the slate at his price, especially on DraftKings. He is cheap. I think he's 5,800 on DraftKings. We remember the last time Rashad Penny had himself a day against the Lions. I mean, the last 2 times these teams have played, it's been like 51-29. It's been 45 something else. So obviously there is something to that game, but the Seahawks are currently missing both tackles. I know they did sign another tackle, so that the Seahawks side is a little more scarier than the Lions side. I mean, Gibbs and Montgomery are probably worth a look as well. I don't know which one I would be leaning towards. I mean, considering that both Rams running backs did pretty well last week against the Seahawks as well.
Well, one of them did.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Akers had a touchdown.
He bailed you out. He bailed you.
He got in the box. I mean, he got in the box. I mean, and then I think you mentioned White from Tampa Bay. I do believe, Sully. Again, Chicago's run defense is not great. And again, I mean, I still think he's a little cheaper, but Brian Robinson Jr. Got most of the work. I mean, for 5,200,
Gibson was absent.
He was absent. I mean, when he caught that receiving touchdown, I just felt like a lot of Antonio Gibson owners were just like, "Welp."
A lot of my best ball teams said "fuck you" at that moment.
And then
my team has so much freaking Brian Robinson Jr. It's all good, baby.
Yeah, I went the other route on that one.
And again, another cheap running back this week would be Javonte Williams. He's probably going to have some ownership on him as well, but it looks like he is the bell cow, and we're not waiting until late in the season for that.
Facts. Dale, did we miss anybody?
I don't think so, really. I'm leaning more towards the Montgomery play in Detroit. I just feel like they are going to use him more, kind of like they just did against Kansas City. He's going to be the more volume back, and Gibbs is going to be that guy, like, you need a big play, give it to that guy. But the only thing that I guess I could even possibly say something different would be, does anybody want to play Saquon Barkley in Arizona?
Well, Sully's not playing anybody in the 4 o'clock window, so that's a no for him. Though.
He said he's not playing any quarterbacks.
No, I'm not playing any player that's not the Cowboys defense at 4
Oh.
o'clock.
Oh, sorry.
Period. Once those 1 o'clock games wrap up, when I'm hanging at Chili's house, I'm saying peace out. I don't care what happens. I'm gonna look at the standings and hope for the best. And I'm on to Cincinnati at that point.
I mean, I don't hate the Barkley play. I mean, it is the ultimate get right spot at the Cardinals, and Daniel Jones tends to play better on the road than he does at home. It can't get no worse than Sunday night, so I'm not against. I'm not against it.
Yeah, guys, poll. Raise your hand if your favorite team scored in week 1. Oh, no Giants fans here? No Giants fans? Okay, I'm just checking. I was just checking. Let's slide over to wide receiver real quick. And Baker, I'll start with you. Who's on the short list of receivers that you're targeting this week?
Give me Jamar Chase. I'm done.
Baker, you know the drill. Show your work.
Okay, the work. 1, he has had massive blow-up spots versus the Ravens. 2, he's coming off of one of his worst games, period. 3, his name is Jamar fucking Chase. And 4, a bonus for you. We're dealing with injuries in this Ravens secondary. Obviously, we're not sure if we'll have Marlon Humphreys. We're early in the week, blah, 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 blah. If we are injured in the secondary, it makes him that much better of a play.
Baker, I am sure his mother did not name him Jamar fucking Chase, okay? I'm pretty sure it's just Jamar.
I've already fact-checked you on one name tonight, Sully. Don't make me fact-check you on a second.
I mean, and I think it's just
this one, Baker.
I think as the season goes on, I do think the Ravens defense is just going to be a pass funnel.
I mean, are there more names I could bring up? Sure. Are there other names I want to? No. I have one receiver. His name's Jamar Chase.
I mean, tagging along with the theme of the show. I mean, if you're not playing the Sun God, like, what are we doing? Yeah.
Okay. I have another. Like, this is my second prop bet because I have another one when we get there eventually. I'll take Jamar versus Sun God. Give it to me.
I think Dale might be more inclined to do that than me.
Come on now, put your prop bet where your mouth is.
Oh, Baker, who won our halfback one?
I don't.
You
remember
took the Broncos running backs, and I took the. I must have won that because I'm the only one that got a damn touchdown out of it.
What running backs did you take?
I took Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson.
Hold, please.
Oh, you probably won that. Brian Robinson did pretty well.
Because, I mean, Antonio Gibson had, what, -0.1. And then Samaje Perine didn't show up to the game. So, I mean.
Samaje Perine had positive points, you piece of shit.
Might be close. But while you're looking that up, chill. Hit me with some receivers, man.
Yeah, I mean, Baker mentioned it. I mean, you just look at the top of the wide receivers here. I like Chase. I like the Sun God here. I think Calvin Ridley is probably going to be the chalkiest wide receiver on the slate. I'm guessing. I don't really have anything behind that, but I really do believe it's probably going to be Calvin Ridley going up against the Chiefs. A lot of recency bias there. Jags are at home. So you have Calvin Ridley there. I think somebody who may become I like Higgins here. T. Higgins. I mean, the man got 0 points last week. That's probably again. I really believe that the Ravens secondary is not well. Cincinnati's at home. So I really do believe this is a really get right spot. I do believe that game shoots out as well. Taking a look here at some of these other wide receivers. I kind of do like the Chargers wide receivers in this game, and I do like them even more if Eckler is out. Tennessee still can't stop the pass. Even a lot of the Saints wide receivers last week still did pretty well. Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, Sully's cousin. So those guys still did pretty well. So I do like, I mean, Mike Williams burnt everybody last week. I kind of like going back to that well again. I'm ready to get hurt.
Just like him. Sorry.
I didn't say it. I
Sorry.
didn't say it.
He did get hurt. I didn't wish ill will on the man. He just happened to get hurt. So stop it.
He got a concussion but came back. So
Yeah, he did get hurt. He came back, but
okay. And then I think the most obvious run back in the Cincinnati, if I'm running Cincinnati guys, or if I'm even running Baltimore guys, Zay Flowers, I still think is really cheap at $5K. I'm really surprised that his price only went up like $100.
It went up 1,000.
No, he was 4,900 last week. I thought.
Not on
I
draft.
thought he was 4K.
4,000.
He was 4K last week.
4,000 on draft.
Oh, yeah. So he's probably still really cheap there.
I'm gonna say he's still cheap. Still cheap.
Yeah, he's still really cheap. So at this point, those are kind of the wide receivers I'm leaning towards. I think the Seattle wide receivers become super intriguing. I think Tyler Lockett will be playing. I think he's out of the concussion protocol, so we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, Hot Lockett is good. He's good to go.
Yeah. And truthfully, if a lot of this ownership is going to be on Deebo Samuel, you could probably go right back to Brandon Ayuk.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm a little pissed off right now. It's because Antonio Gibson was trash. You won that bet, you loser. I hate you. It's all right. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the Sun God versus Jamar Chase. Fine, I got you. I'll take it. Dale's not gonna step up and defend his Jared Goff play. I'm gonna defend it. I got it. I'll take it.
And I mentioned before, Sky Moore and Rashid Rice. If you could, one of those two wide receivers, I think, has to do well. I understand Kelsey will be back.
Okay. Can I, real quick, chill? Can I go on a quick Chiefs rant, real quick?
Right? Absolutely.
Not even a rant. Just
I like it.
The thing about like DFS and like the meta has always been like the double stack, bring back, whatever, like single stack, whatever. If Kelsey plays, great. You obviously got your stacking partners you're going to take along with him. Like Josh Allen is always a guy that's tethered to Steph Diggs. Situations like that, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, etc. But like these Chiefs guys have zero upside. Zero. Like when in hell are we going to see a Chiefs receiver go over 100 and a tutty? Ever. He distributes to so many players that it is not worth stacking. I mean, like, you want to talk about somebody that needs to go out naked? It's probably Pat Mahomes if Travis Kelce doesn't play again. Like, these guys have no upside. He got one good game last year from Juju Smith-Schuster, and that was literally it. You can get, like, one deep touchdown from MVS in a blue moon, and that's only, like, 60 or 70 yards. He's never breaking 100. So what's the point of playing these fuckers, man? What's the point? There's no point. They have no upside.
I'll still believe in the double stack because, like, they're cheap. And if you think Kansas City's passing offense is top 5 in the league, taking a shot on a cheap Kansas City wide receiver, to me,
they are a top 5 passing offense in the league. That's always going to be the case. But he never carries a 1,000-yard receiver ever.
Last year, if you did Mahomes, McKinnon, and Kelsey, you were sitting pretty good.
He's not a receiver. Chill.
I get it, but
it's still a fucking receiver.
I get it, but it's still a double stack.
We're in the receiver section, chill. We're in the receiver section. Does Jared McKinnon play fucking receiver? No, he doesn't. Again, I'm not advocating that these guys aren't cheap.
But you were still playing Jared McKinnon for the receiving upside at the running back position.
They're always going to be cheap, chill, because they have zero upside.
Hey, you were still playing Jarrett McKinnon for the wide. You weren't playing Jarrett McKinnon for rushing yards.
I agree with that, but again, as far as I'm not talking about the running back position, I'm talking about the receiver position. All the receivers
but you were still playing Jarrett McKinnon as a wide receiver. I don't care. You play him in your flex. I don't care. You were still playing. You were still playing him for the receiving upside because you damn well weren't playing him for the rushing upside.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to talk down the play that you're talking about playing Rashid Rice and Sky Moore and Kadarius I can't catch a fucking ball Tony. Okay, none of those guys are viable ever.
Listen, I'm not gonna panic over 1 week.
It's not 1 week. It's been 4 years.
For Sky Moore, I'm not
carried a 1,000-yard receiver. Not one time. It's always been Travis Kelce and 50 other guys. It's always been.
Tyreek Hill's only been gone 1 year. It's only been 1 year. Tyreek Hill's been gone. He's been gone for 1 year. You have 1 year of data that you're going on.
Tyreek Hill, my bad. Tyreek Hill. Minus Tyreek Hill. Who else?
He's had Tyreek Hill his whole life.
Who else? He doesn't.
It's 1 year. It's 1 year though.
Yeah,
Kadarius
but that
Toney's
was
about
his
to have
1 year was another MVP year. He fucking threw damn near 5,000 yards. And still didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver.
Listen, it's still 1 year. I'm not gonna
It's
let
1
it.
year of an MVP year.
I'm not gonna let it.
Kadarius Toney's
define
about
me.
to freaking break the slate on Sunday. He's gonna
I
make
hope
Sully so
so.
sick.
I have to start
You know what?
Kadarius
For
Toney
your
in
sake,
fantasy.
I hope Kadarius Toney has the biggest bounce back of his freaking life because he should be cut after that shit from last week. He should be he should be cut.
After those drops, he should not see the field. That's for damn certain.
100% agree. That was egregious. He single-handedly lost that game. Single-handedly
Yes,
lost him
absolutely.
that game.
No, both his hands
Absolutely.
lost that game.
And
Not single-handedly, two-handedly. I see what you did there,
I
Dan.
see what he did there. I see what he
Also-
did there.
nobody's playing Christian Kirk. Might be worth a look.
No,
Nah, Zay Jones.
Listen,
I'm Christian Kirk.
listen. It's one game.
no,
You're reacting off of one game.
no, I am not.
You're reacting. This
He's-
reaction is literally one game reaction.
He's never
This-
been a
this
fan of Christian Kirk,
reaction-
apparently.
Let me tell you what my reaction is. My
Okay.
reaction is the fact that one, we traded for Calvin Ridley, and Calvin Ridley proved viable in the preseason and week 1. This reaction is this preseason where Christian Kirk was only playing in 3 wide receiver sets. This reaction is he's not the alpha in this offense, in an offense that's going to spread the ball, and there's a bigger alpha than him. This reaction is no.
Listen,
I mean, he didn't see the field, chill. He's not wrong. In 2 wide receiver sets, that man was on the sideline. He didn't even
Again.
get on the field.
So
I mean,
in a team that's going to spread the ball to Calvin Ridley, to Zay Jones, to Evan Ingram, to whatever fucking running back you want to talk about, his target share won't be there for me to viably think about paying the price that still is attached to him. No.
Yeah, he ain't cheap.
He's
He's still a
Christian Kirk,
mid-range
5,100?
guy.
He's 5,100. He's below
Yeah,
the
I'll take Zay Jones or Zay Flowers.
Zay
Not Zay Jones.
Flowers, yeah,
I'll take Zay Flowers. That
Yeah.
price, give me Zay Flowers.
Listen, it's you're getting a no-owned wide receiver in a game that has the highest total on the slate. That screams tournament winning upside to me, but okay.
He does have a point. I mean, this is a tournament theory show that we do run, so I mean, he's got a point.
But I would rather take
So
a
you're
shot.
gonna play chalky Zay Jones?
Zay Jones
Well-
better not be chalky.
I bet
ain't-
you he is.
In a vacuum, I'll take Zay Jones, taking ownership away from it. But I guarantee you, if I look hard enough, come when we turn the cards over on fucking Sunday, I can find somebody in that price range who has a higher target share on his team than Christian Kirk that I would rather play. Absolutely.
Listen, you're playing Christian Kirk for, again, the highest total in a game that you figure is going to be a shootout. So you figure in that game it's going to be more 3 wide receiver sets.
Why would I naturally figure that?
'Cause you're
They
playing-
should be trailing in this game. I mean, it should be back and forth. Like it should be
It'd
back
be
and
back
forth.
and forth. Absolutely.
Yeah, it should be back and forth. But again, it's all speculation. So
Yeah, and the Browns should have lost considering how bad Deshaun Watson played, but they beat the hell out of the fucking Bengals.
Well, the Bengals didn't play in the preseason. That's another team that didn't play. Plus, Burrow was coming off a calf injury, so
I'm
and you
just
could
saying,
tell
and-
he was. You could tell he was like.
and it was bad weather. Like everything in that game really did favor the Browns. Like, do you think the Browns front seven is that good, or is it just the Bengals were bad?
I think
think-
Joe Woods was that bad.
what he said.
Well,
I mean,
So-
the secondary bossed up. I can't even hate on that. The secondary bossed up.
It did.
I will
It did.
also say that can we name the last time that Joe Burrow has had a good offensive line?
his offensive line
In
this year is
college?
pretty good.
In college?
In
That's the last time he had a good offensive line.
LSU.
This offensive line that he does have right now is the best offensive line he's played with. It's not as bad as what it looked on Sunday.
I will argue that he had a better offensive line at college.
I mean, we'll see in that Baltimore game. Well, I think it's a good bounce back spot. Like I said, Baker, you're on Jamar Chase this week. You know, Chill, you're already on Joe Burrow stacks this week. So should be a match made in heaven.
Can we get to my prop bet versus you? Versus you?
Can what?
My prop bet versus you. As we move over to the position where my prop bet's going to be effective versus you.
The tight end?
Yeah,
Why are we talking about tight end? Is Travis Kelce playing football?
he is.
Then why are we talking about tight end?
He's
I'll
not
take
the-
dog.
he's not He's not
I
going to
will
be the highest owned tight end.
I will
Uh-oh.
take Dalton Kincaid versus Steph Diggs.
Dalton Kincaid is the chalk this week.
Shut the fuck up. No, the fuck he's not.
Why the fuck wouldn't he be? He's 3,300 going up against the Raiders, and he had 8 points. He's going to be the fucking stone chalk this week.
I got him at 4% right now. I understand. It's Wednesday.
No,
A lot
there's
can change.
no
4%.
fucking way he stays at 4%. He's the stone chalk.
We'll see. We'll see come Saturday and when the cards turn over. If he does not become the chalk, I'll take Dalton Kincaid versus Steph Diggs.
That man is 3,300. He's going to be the stone chalk.
I mean, y'all ain't feeling no Luke Musgrave this week? I mean, like,
No.
No?
I'd play Sam Laporta.
Still no.
Baker,
What do you
you're
mean still no? You're
about Sam Laporta. I picked him up in yearly. I'm starting him in yearly.
No.
Baker.
yeah.
He had 5 receptions, 5 targets, 39 yards in the potential shootout game.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm
It
with
gets you-
you. Sign me up.
It gets you a cheap way into that game.
Give me the highest implied team total for a tight end, and I'll take Dalton Kincaid. Easy.
Dalton Kincaid's going to be the chalk, bro.
I will take
I
Dalton
hate the
Kincaid. I'll take Dalton Kincaid versus Sam Laporta.
I'll take Dalton Kincaid versus Steph Diggs, you piece of shit.
First of all, no, I'm not taking your money. Second of all, I will stay in the same position and go Sam Laporta.
I mean, you're still, regardless, you were giving me money. Regardless.
Shut up. Shut up.
Man, just saying.
We'll see, sir.
I think Dalton Kincaid ran more routes than any Bills wide receiver in week 1.
And that's what honestly puts me on him.
But I'm telling you, Kincaid is going to be chalk by the time Saturday night rolls around.
And if that's the case, I will move straight the fuck off of him. But as we sit here on a Wednesday evening, I'm looking at.
I mean, what do you
That's
think?
4.
Where do you think Josh Allen's ownership winds up at?
10.
All right, so if he's 10, then Dalton Kincaid's the chalk.
I mean, the natural stacking partner is going to be Steph Diggs, especially considering what we
It's
just
gonna
watched.
it costs you nothing to double stack them.
Who the fuck double stacks as you just read The Millionaire Maker?
I mean, that again, Baker, did I not mention that's the first time since week 1 or week 2 in 2020 that's been taken down by a zero correlation lineup? Been 3 years.
Now,
makers.
with that being said, it's not like, the DK Millie Maker didn't have a double stack either. But when you get 50 points,
it could have if they would have played our boy Durham Smythe instead of anybody else. They would have had it. I'm just saying.
Well, when you get 50 points out of Tyreek Hill and over 450 passing yards out of Tua, you don't need a double stack.
I mean, he brought alone Durham Smythe. Durham Smythe had a solid game. From the tight end standpoint, I mean, all the tight ends were trash last week. I mean, we're talking about Hayden Hurst being what, number 1?
Hayden Hurst was your tight end 1.
I called Hayden Hurst.
I mean,
did
Baker, we
call
mentioned
Hayden
him
Hurst.
on
I
Saturday.
mean, I ended up with some Triple H. I ended up with some Triple H.
Dale, tight ends, who you got?
On the cheap end, go Zach Ertz, and on the top end, go Travis Kelce. It's
Zach Ertz?
Zach Ertz. Did you know Zach Ertz led that team in targets last week?
Did I care?
You could have.
What did he turn those targets into?
21 yards on 6 receptions.
6 catches
for 21 yards.
for 21. Wow.
Gross.
I mean, on DraftKings, that's fine. That's a solid floor.
For 3,500?
Even
Yeah.
on DraftKings, that still makes me want to throw up in my mouth.
I mean, he doubled his value.
I mean, I'd rather find my way into the Jaguars game with Evan Ingram.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, Zach Ertz is more than Dalton Kincaid. It's $200 more expensive.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Told you Dalton Kincaid is 3,300. You tell me how he's not the chalk by Saturday, Baker.
I mean, chill. I will look at this throughout the course of the entire week, and when he's not the
Baker,
chalk,
if he's not the chalk, I'm loading up Josh Allen.
I mean, as of right now, as we
I
said on
will
Wednesday,
completely change
loading
my
up.
thing, and Sunday morning, they're all going to be Josh Allen.
I'm loading up a lot of Josh Allen as of right now. A lot of Josh Allen.
My lineup starts with I'm locking in Josh Allen, Steph Diggs, Dalton Kincaid, Josh Jacobs, or Devontae Adams.
I mean, for context, Sam Laporta is $600 more than Dalton Kincaid.
Right. You tell me how this man doesn't get chalky by Saturday.
He might be on to something, Bake. I'm not gonna lie to you right now.
He might be, but there's still a chance that he's not.
But I hope you're right, Baker. I hope I'm wrong.
Because I'm gonna go to Chill's house like, listen, I might as well just give you this jersey and this blanket right here, because you're gonna be looking for nothing but bills.
It's like, and you're waiting for Scott Hansen. We're cutting into the Bills game.
Welcome to the league, Dalton Kincaid touchdown.
Because man, burning my money on Dalton Kincaid's a lot better than burning my money on Gabe Davis. It's cheaper.
I mean, if he does not end up being the chalks, Chill, I mean, we're just about to load
He's
up
in
this
all
Dalton Kincaid.
he's in all my lineups if he's not the chalk.
As I was talking to our future Deli employee earlier today, I'm like, if he's not chalk, I'm locking in Dalton Kincaid.
I want double tight end with him and Kelsey.
I'm not running double tight ends. I'm just not doing that.
I mean, when Kelsey's on the slate, double tight end is always viable because he's not a tight end.
Listen, Dalton Kincaid is wide receiver playing tight end.
He is. I mean, he got like 90% of his slots out of the slot on Monday.
It was something egregious.
Hey man, I guess the Deli advocates Dalton Kincaid. If you get one thing from this podcast, load up Dalton Kincaid.
If he's not the chalk.
Or if you want to get into if you want to go on the cheaper end to get into that Seahawks Detroit game, Laporta would be the way to go if you're not playing Kelsey. If you're not playing any one of those three, whoever you click, cool.
I mean, will Sam Laporta do what TJ Hawkinson did in this game last year? That's the most important question.
Yo, if Sam Laporta breaks bro, I'm done. I'm done with DFS. But I mean, this is Jared Goff. He's supported tight ends that have scored 3 times in a game before.
I mean,
this has happened.
This game scares the hell out of me just from what happened last year. My FOMO is going to be through the fucking roof.
Yeah, you better get some Lions and some Seahawks in. Oh my, you better get them in your lineup.
You don't want to play no Josh Reynolds?
No,
I thought about it.
I didn't.
Thought about it.
Absolutely not. All right, are we gonna go to your one deep take, Sully?
You don't want him for 3,700 for 7 targets, 4 receptions, 80 yards?
I'd just rather take Laporta and just fill in my tight end spot and call it a day.
I believe they're the same price.
I mean, Chill, you can play.
Laporta's $200 more expensive.
Chill, you could play freaking Sam Laporta and get Kadarius Toney in your lineup. There you go. You're good.
Slate breaking Kadarius Toney, baby.
Baker, I can get Sky Moore or Rice for cheaper, and they're all the same.
They're all the same guy.
They offer me no floor, and it's risky.
And Chill, I'm going to laugh my ass off if MVS has 2 touchdowns. I'm just going to be like,
dude, if he has 2 touchdowns, so be it.
More power to him, yeah. I would lose anyway.
That means like my 1 or 2 Pat Mahomes lineups, dead.
That means you should have just ran him naked and fuck paying up for Kelsey and play.
Nah, listen. If Patrick Mahomes is breaking the slate, so is Kelsey.
Just play Dalton Kincaid.
Facts.
Facts.
I'll run a double tight end lineup.
Dalton Kincaid outscores Travis Kelsey this week. Calling it right now.
Whoa.
That's Baker's bold take.
Yeah, right?
That's the bold take of the day, eh?
It was all about some Dalton Kincaid. Hey, listen, yeah, I'm going to slide over to defense real quick because I'm going to be done talking here in a second. I'm playing the Dallas Cowboys against Zach Wilson, and good night.
Give me the Jets versus Rain Dakota Prescott.
Don't call him fucking Rain, Baker. I don't care if that's his legal fucking first name.
You wanted to correct me. You wanted to correct me on calling him Dakota Rain. No, it's Rain Dakota.
No one calls him Rain.
His first name's Rain.
His mama don't call him Rain.
Rain.
His first name is Rain, okay?
He ain't going to bring the rain, though.
I like the Jets defense, Cowboys defense. Pretty obvious. If Aaron Jones is out, I think I do like the Falcons defense at home again. I don't mind playing that.
Chill, where's the dance, though? You going to talk about the Falcons and not do the dance for us?
Oh, I should do the dance, but be all right. I mean, taking a look here. I mean, after that,
I'm sorry. I did forget one. Tampa Bay against sorry ass Justin Fields.
Oh my God, your hatred of Justin Fields is like equal of our ex-employee in Lamar Jackson.
He sucks.
I mean, if Baker Mayfield's on the slate, then the Bears defense is also viable.
What defense?
It's Baker Mayfield.
They're overpaid linebacker.
He didn't turn the ball over last week. What are we looking for? What is the upside when they're going to be running the entire game? You want teams that are going to pass the ball. Baker Mayfield ain't attempted more than 20 passes in this game. I guarantee you that. I'll put money on that.
His 20 passes are going to go for 20 touchdowns.
They might. They might, because Chicago is that bad of a defense. Again, you'd rather take Baker Mayfield, who didn't turn the ball over one time and is going to be in a run-heavy script at home, where you could just pay the hell up and go against Zach Wilson on the road.
Zach Wilson, they're going to be running the ball 30 times.
You might be right about that too. But, at some point, they may or may not fall behind and be forced to throw.
They're going to still try to run all 3 downs before he throws the ball.
14-0.
The fucked up part is Zach Wilson will still throw the balls to the other team, as we saw on Monday.
Dude.
I think you mispronounced Josh Allen.
Wow.
Listen,
Josh Allen will not have a turnover on Sunday. I guarantee that shit.
For his sake, I hope not.
Not one.
Throw a pick.
No, versus the Raiders? Who's picking him over the Raiders secondary?
Dude, have you seen Josh Allen trying to force shit, man? He's going to accidentally throw it to the other team, man.
Name me a player in the Raiders secondary. Right now, name me a player in their secondary.
Baker.
Can it be a former player?
No.
I got one, Baker.
Stop Googling it, Dale.
I can't do it.
Stop Googling shit.
I physically can't do it. I do not know who plays for the Raiders. But there was enough to hold, to Russell Wilson, who's so good now, who's going to be resurrected now to 16 points. In the first half, he started the oven. He put it on 350, chopped his salads up, did a little prep work, and then was done.
He's like, fuck this cooking shit.
Marcus Peters is the starting corner for the Raiders.
Does Nnamdi Asomugha still play for the Raiders?
I know they have a safety from Roll Tide. I don't know what the fuck his name is.
That's why I said, Baker, can it be current or past player, please? Because I just would have said Nnamdi Asomugha.
Yeah, what are you going to say, Charles Woodson?
I was going to say Charles Woodson second, yeah. Charles Woodson today would probably be better than any member of their secondary right now.
Can we talk about their middle linebacker's name? Their middle linebacker's name is Divine Diablo.
Oh, I knew that. I knew that. I actually knew that.
Divine Diablo.
Yeah,
that's dope.
I actually knew that, and I airballed it because I was thinking secondary because that's what we were talking about.
I mean, shout out to his parents for giving him a fucking awesome name.
Right.
It is legit. It is legit.
I mean, listen, Josh Allen has to quit turning the ball over a lot.
He's not turning the ball over in this game. He will not.
The man ran into
the league, and he's gonna throw a pick.
Man, he ran into his own player and fumbled. It was kind of embarrassing.
Hey, at least it wasn't a butt fumble.
I was about to say Mark Sanchez 2.0.
Did you see Mark Sanchez's tweet?
No.
Or whatever he said. He said something about Josh Allen basically running into his own teammate and fumbling. Basically referring to like taking the heat off him for the butt fumble. Nah, bitch. Mark Sanchez, you will always be known as the butt fumble, okay?
Dude, yes, he will.
Like even the butt punt doesn't beat the butt fumble.
My team still won that game, I think.
Right. All right, let's wrap it up for the night. One bold call, only fantasy related for the slate this week. And Baker, if you say Kadarius Toney breaks the slate,
only fantasy
I will
related.
never invite you back on here.
He said Dalton Kincaid outscores Travis Kelce.
I mean, I can give something else if you want me to.
I don't know, man. You're not going to get any more bold than Dalton Kincaid beats Travis Kelce in raw points.
No, I will not.
That's pretty goddamn bold. But go ahead, Baker. Go ahead. Go ahead. You had something in mind, clearly, so go ahead.
That's going to be the breaking of the slate by one Jamar Chase. We're calling what Tyreek Hill did last week. He's topping it. Tyreek dropped a 50 spot. He's dropping a 55 spot. Let's go.
Baker, that's the second Bengal in a week you've called it's breaking the slate, and the first one didn't happen. So
somebody has. Just
I
keep
ain't having
blowing
a,
them up.
I'm gonna stay with the Bengals until it happens, Sully.
that's fine.
Okay.
Pocket Bengals fan over here.
No, don't start that because then y'all gonna
Is it-
start this on the show. And I'm a
AFC
Bengals
equivalent as his favorite team in the
Fuck
AFC, the Bengals.
Sounds like it.
Sounds like it.
God.
He just loves some
Could be.
Jamar Chase, loves him some
Joe Mixon's.
so mixing. Chill, you got something bold for me, man?
Yep, I think our king gets back on track. I think our king goes for at least $120 and 2.
I could see that. Like
I
definitely
can
see
see
that.
it too.
I can
scares
definitely
me.
see that. Yeah. Dale, what you got?
I have a team from the. Oh, how bold are we going here? We want like
This is bold as you want to go,
This is
bro.
bold as you want to go, bro. I 100% agree.
I'm scared for Dale right now.
You should be, because I'm actually gonna possibly agree with some things that Baker said here.
Ooh.
I got Justin Fields and DJ Moore.
Mute you right now. I'll fucking
DJ
mute you.
Moore and Justin Fields. DJ Moore is going to get
Combined for negative 2.5 points. That's bold. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Wow. Your hatred is just real.
Okay, go on, Dale.
We're not going to keep interrupting like last week.
No,
on
I
the
won't.
tight end Tates.
No, I won't. I won't. I promise you.
But DJ Moore will have double-digit catches. And
I mean, I love Justin Fields. I don't know if he can complete that many passes.
this is true.
I mean, I'm still going to play him knowing this.
I'm going to go with 1 touchdown, but Justin Fields will have 2 passing and 2 rushing touchdowns.
That's fair.
All right, I respect that.
That's not the boldest thing I've heard on the podcast before, but
Right.
Not the boldest thing you heard today.
the boldest thing I heard today was Dalton Kincaid outscoring Travis Kelce.
That
When it happens, don't at me, bro.
You know what? Fine.
Bro,
know what?
if it happens, I'm with you.
I will go bolder
go.
than Baker. I will go bolder than Baker. One of the Kansas City wide receivers will outscore Travis Kelce.
All the wide receivers stink, bro.
I know.
Suck.
It's what? It's bold.
They suck. That's why I'm so mad at Chili, because I think that freaking trade might happen. They might get Mike Evans, I should say.
My Evans?
Yeah. They got to make a lot of shit work for that.
Yeah,
But
they do.
He is out there. My bold take before we wrap it up is like a wise man once said, why have one when you can have 5? The Lions are going to do the exact same thing. Why have 1 TD when they can have 5? Why have 5 TDs? They can have 9. But they ain't going to get up to 9. But Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Sam Laporta, your Sun God, and Josh Reynolds are all getting in the end zone this week.
Wow.
They're going to eviscerate the Seahawks. Eviscerate.
You want to
And
throw
you're
in a
gonna see
Jared Goff
Lions-
rushing touchdown?
You're going to see a fan base in Detroit that is going to be ruckus on Saturday as they run up and down the field on the Seattle Seahawks.
On Saturday?
Sunday.
You said Saturday.
I wasn't paying attention.
You said Saturday.
Okay.
I wasn't going to correct you.
I will.
Right, because it's irrelevant. Because
But
we
all
all
I
know
heard-
they play on Sunday.
All I heard was blah, 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 bitch, get out my ear.
Exactly.
Talking about some shit
Exactly.
I don't want to hear.
Exactly.
That's still not the boldest take on the podcast in the history of the podcast.
Bro, Dalton Kincaid.
That's still not the boldest one. Baker's Kansas.
My
Your kid.
Mahomes one?
Oh yeah, 505.
Right, yeah. There was a 505 here one time. That's
Almost
right.
got there too.
You know, that was when they played the Bucks, I think.
Yeah,
It was.
It was.
It
What did
was.
460 something?
And
That-
4.
Yeah, ridiculous. He almost had it.
Tyreek Hill had 200 receiving yards in like the first quarter.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I remember sitting at work. I was going nuts. I'm like, oh my God, this is coming fucking true.
You want to talk about getting put to bed like at 1:00, like at 1:10. If you ain't got Tyreek Hill, good night.
No. That was a 4:00 game.
Is it? Okay.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
fair.
Yeah.
So he waited to put people to sleep.
So you're sitting there like, yeah, I'm feeling good. Tyreek Hill said, hold my beer.
Right. And he didn't even wait. It took a quarter.
Yeah, that was.
Well, all right, boys. Appreciate your time, of course. If you're watching the video version, make sure to hit that subscribe button down there. If you made it this far in the video, you obviously like us ranting and raving about fantasy football. If you're on the audio version, go ahead and subscribe to your favorite podcast network and make sure to hit subscribe to get updates on the new episodes that drop here on the DFS Deli every Wednesday and or Saturday night. And until then, good luck in your week 2 lineups. If hopefully I'll see. Anybody available Saturday? I'm good Saturday. All right, so we'll see you guys on Saturday. Again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on the way out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. No outro music sound. You ain't getting no revenue from me no more. Ain't no music video. This ain't no music video for you.
What? We can get some girls dancing in the background.
No, stop.
No.
Good night, everybody. Peace.